everybody, headed down to the gym, and I want to talk about the transmission today. A lot of people get really argumentative over what kind of transmission you should be putting in your sports car, and I understand, but I don't, because the new transmissions, they are all very good. The Tremec 6-speed in this car, I'm sure, is absolutely amazing. I do not have it. I do not have it because I have hip problems, and some days my lower back gets so jacked up that I can barely walk. So it didn't make much sense for me to have to do more work than necessary for driving, and this is my only car. Now, a lot of people go, oh, you know, it doesn't matter, but it does to me. If I'm going to have one car, and it's going to be my utility car, my family car, my commuter, as well as my fun sports car, it just made a lot more sense to have the automatic transmission. And I've learned a lot about this transmission since I owned it. I was quite unaware of some of the neat things that GM has done to make the transmission more lively and make it a more aggressive transmission. And it might take me a little bit to get to somewhere I can show you, but the transmission actually, how to describe it, it's like having a kid on sugar with an on-off switch. So the power's all there, which is the sugar, but there's a switch, and when you let into it a little bit, I don't know how warmed up my tranny is, I'm trying to drive this car responsibly, and I'm trying not to break anything, so I'm trying to give the car a moment to warm up before I lay into it. Alright, oil temperature, oil pressure, transmission fluid. So we are still really cold. So we'll keep talking for a moment while this baby warms up. So what this transmission does is it holds your RPMs. It will take your amount of throttle input and it will do all of your shifting in that range. So if you're given a half throttle, red line is 6,500 RPM, 6,400 RPM, I'm not too sure, in that range. If you're given a half throttle, it sits at like 35, and it shifts all your gears there. And when you let off the gas to come up to an intersection, it does not just immediately shift and drop the RPMs. It holds it for like 2.5-3 seconds, and then when you tell it you're not gonna stomp the crap out of it, then it shifts and it chills right out. So it's actually a pretty neat system. I'm just getting the car broken in now. I gotta do my oil change. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. But from the little bit of performance driving I've done, which is kind of a sad term, because it was just some windy roads, and I put it in manual mode to play with it, and I was keeping the RPMs around that halfway range, and the car was just scooting really good, and I was quite insanely impressed with how fast this car is. But what this car also has is a performance shift mode. What the performance shift mode is it's essentially the same thing I just said, but on the high RPM range. When you get it over 5,000 RPM and you're really laying into it, it holds your RPMs up there. So you just touch that throttle and it's just like jerky fast. It just wants to go all the time. And that's where I mentioned the kid on sugar with the switch. Like, it will hold all that energy on standby for you like you would in a manual, and then just throw it at you. Like, you just clobber your face with power and you just break it necks. It's pretty insane how the computer tweaks to the automatic have made such a huge difference and made it more fun to drive. drive. And then everybody argues about shift speed, because the shift speed in the automatic is faster than the manual. And I will honestly say it absolutely is. When you're driving down the road and you feel it shift, it's very slow. You know, it's like 3 seconds long. It's very relaxed. It's no big deal. But when you get it up into the 5,000 RPMs, it smacks the shit out of those fucking gears. Pardon my French. Like, it literally just smacks the hell out of it. And it sounds amazing how fast it is. And I don't know. I mean, I didn't buy this car because of that. Please note, I did not buy this car because it's faster. I bought it because I have health problems and because I'm driving this every day for everything. I bought the automatic. If this was a toy car I was putting in the garage, this would have been a manual and I would have had something else to drive around every day and I wouldn't care. But that's not my current situation, so this is my automatic. And please note, I'm just spitballing here a little bit. Yeah, I couldn't even get it to shift there. It just pulls so hard in every gear that I would have gotten a street racing fine like second. So gay. Anyways, where was I? Oh, the garage. Like, I would love to have this in my automatic, have a Corvette in the manual, and then have an SUV. That would probably be my dream garage. But obviously this is my only car for now, and it'll remain that way for many, many years, which I know is just so tough to deal with. Yeah, I can't remember what I was talking about. Performance shift mode. Talked about that. Smacks the hell out of the gears. And a lot of people will never find that feature on the car because when you hit 4,000 RPM, let's say, like, you're pulling hard. You are speeding excessively, no matter what the speed limit is, and it's getting like intimidating. The speed is getting intimidating for those who aren't familiar with it or aren't used to the power. And then for those guys who, you know, bought the car because of the power and love the power and are familiar with it, like, they see it all the time and just clobber the hell out of it. I got one. Back end went a little squirrely, but I got one. That was a shift. So you just hear just whoa, it's just done. That was it. Just an instant, and that transmission just says, hello, we're going into gear. So I am thoroughly impressed with every aspect of this transmission. The fuel economy portion, I don't know if the V8 has the AFM. I assume it does, because the vets have it when they have their eco mode. They have fifth mode and eco mode. And I'm very pleased that GM didn't give us an eco mode and they just did it automatically. I've enjoyed the automatic feature that I don't have to worry about, and just always makes a valiant effort to be fuel conscious, because if it said eco mode, I would never put it in eco. This thing is in sport mode or track mode basically all the time. I never touch anything else as I'm talking in tour mode. Ran snow and ice mode when it was heavily raining out. I could not believe the difference in the car. It was like a totally different car to drive. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Manual mode. That was horrible. Traction. It needs a traction. Because it gets used to go. And then as soon as I come around the corner and I touched it, it was just like, holy shit, like, we're already doing an obnoxious speed and it just wants to go boom in Mexico. along. Like, subscribe, share if you're stopping by for the first time. Throw me a subscribe if you like what you've seen. There's a lot more videos to come, and I'm gonna really try to go over some of the different systems and some of the things I haven't been pleased with different reviews, and just show you guys how much fun it is to own the car and have fun with it. Maybe even do some modding, we never know. See where we get at. Ooh, a runner and a squirrel. A squirrel that runs you fast, man. It's God's Dobbs. Okay guys, take care. I'm gonna go get up to some trouble.